Hello, my name is Nicholl, and thank you so much for taking this time out to listen. Today I am reading out of Say Goodbye to Dad, Chapter 2, What Gives. And please do take a moment to check this book out and purchase it. I would greatly appreciate it. You are supporting NichollMcGuire Media. Chapter 2, What Gives. Some critics would say you ought to be grateful that your dad was even around. I mean, my dad didn't even care to know me. Having a father around doesn't mean that you hurt any less. Attention, safe affection, wisdom, protection, care, and other acts of love is what emotionally stable fathers provide. One must ask his or herself, are these things that your father gave you growing up? Can one honestly answer this question without downplaying the truth, experiencing nervousness or fear? As long as we don't face the truth, it will keep circling back, signaling us in so many ways to address the issues. What was really wrong with my father in the past, present, and what is ahead for the future, and how does this all affect me? How do I protect myself and children from disturbing realities concerning my parents? These thought-provoking questions and more will arise as you see your dad or another loved one more clearly. Whatever your issue with the male figure in your life, you wouldn't want to keep hurting yourself and others due to their weaknesses. For example, untreated mental disorders, addictions, demonic practices, evil thinking, etc. For a number of adult children, reconciliation is possible with fathers, but for others, they are long overdue severing toxic ties. Whatever the choice, one will go through a process of being changed, rearranged, or cut off in order to survive in peace. For me, I told myself before I wrote this book, goodbye, Dad, and hello to my future. And I knew that when I did this, I was also putting myself at risk of losing any future connections, gifts, etc. My desire to finally free my spirit of years of suppressed emotions is far greater than anything else. I had to let go of personal feelings about my dad that were keeping me bound to the past. Dad had served his purpose in my life, and I had to accept this truth that my Heavenly Father showed me. He did the best he could. He isn't changing, and neither am I. We have reached that place where we can either walk away from one another like two characters in an old Western movie without turning around and shooting one another, or we can face off and kill each other. No matter what some children do, they will never be good enough for their parents. There will always be a remark, an offense, or something else coming from a negative father or mother. Daddy's issues are no longer yours to cover up, cry over, fight about, lose sleep, go into debt for, or obtain a special place in his life that you have to tolerate. Speak that aloud and include mine in that previous phrase and receive the freedom that comes with repeating it. You are declaring that you are taking back your power and you will not be hindered by Daddy any longer. Consider a future of not having to argue with anyone about your father. Enjoy the peace you receive when you no longer feel obligated to do things for him, especially when you can get the help from professionals. I think we carry burdens of our parents without even knowing it until we spiritually awaken to how the enemy uses those closest to us to keep us from emotionally maturing. Imagine being a baby, fussing, crying, and doing other upsetting things that keep selfish, impatient people who don't like children much pointing the finger at you. Then, when you grow up and finally realize where much of your problems began, you are better able to spiritually, emotionally, and physically grow. It is such an eye-opening experience to finally say, I am not wrong for fighting back when I was disrespected by my father. It was okay to disagree with Dad. I'm not a bad person for declaring my rights and wanting to do something different with my life. It was okay to feel uncomfortable about things I saw or felt related to relatives. I am not a bad person for exposing truth and refusing to keep secrets and telling lies. I am okay, smart, beautiful, unique. What my parents have said about me being crazy, good for nothing, stupid, and more is untrue. It is a lie from Satan that I will never be wanted by any group or school. I am a child of God, and my earthly father is wrong about me. Negative programming comes from others too, not just our relatives. So we have to combat those thoughts about ourselves and replace them with positive ones. We do things with or for manipulative, selfish, and demanding loved ones without even thinking until we recognize our discomfort and or someone sheds light on our pain. Why do you keep doing that for your dad? You know you don't have any money. Have you noticed you are miserable when you are around your family? Why deal with these people who are only going to badmouth you for every little thing you do or don't do for them? You are not your daddy's favorite, so why spend your life trying to win him over? The concerned friend says. God will show us what is going on with our relatives, yet we will ignore all the warning signs and dismiss facts because we are too lazy, stubborn, or delusional, or all three, to live our lives our way. Please get the book, Say Goodbye to Dad by NichollMcGuire. It is on smashwords.com and other websites. Thank you so much for listening.